think everything should be working just fine. I'm just gonna take a look and see whether the latency is alright. Looks pretty smooth. I'm not sure whether if having my second monitor actually made a difference or not, but if it did, fantastic. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sylvain Demonbane, and it has been almost a month since I last streamed. Actually, I think that might be more than a month. When was the last time I even streamed? I have no idea. Well, either way, I hope you are all doing a fantastic... I hope you're all having a fantastic day. And yeah, I think last time I streamed I was playing... Yeah, definitely was playing Final Fantasy XIV, and I was doing the Aglaya raid, which was the first part of 2 raids in the what was it? What was like the expansion name or update patch name called? Was it God's Revel, Lance Tremble, or is it the other way around? No, I don't know. Oh, it has been a while and I have almost forgotten to speak, or forgotten how to speak. So please bear with me. Anyway, I believe this is the way. Yeah, got a whole brand new monitor. Can now see 2 things at once. But actually I have to stare at my phone to look at chat. I think I kind of tell that I have to dart back and forth. You can see my eyes just going like left and right. Well, anyways, let's get right into it. Well, anyways, or I should say before that happens, I am going to... Which one the hell was that? Uh, right, so... Ads, yes, ads every 1 hour or so. You have to keep an eye on that. I sent out a tweet? Yes, I have. Now that's probably going to be anyone watching this anyway. It's not this hour. It's not terribly late, but I have not been streaming for a very long time, or regularly for that matter. So I'm pretty sure my algorithm's all but disastrous. Well, see, I guess quick recap would be good. Tribal quests? No. Side quests? No. Is it other? Probably this. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. In order to solve the Phantom Realm's mysteries, Graha believes that a thorough investigation is in order. But ere you are able to settle for Charlian to make the necessary arrangements, 4 mysterious beings appear who claim to be of the 12, the guardian deities of the Euphrosyne myth. They declare that, in Heidelin's absence, they are the rightful rulers of the star, and you must prove his strength if mankind is to remain the master of its own destiny. After the gods take their leave, Graha expresses his uncertainty that over the unexpected developments, concedes that they may have far-reaching implications. So it is that you resolve to answer the gods' challenge and formally accept the request to investigate the Phantom Realm. Derek reveals that he has previously explored the sanctums that lie beyond each gate in the Omphalos. Though he is no warrior, he offers to serve as your guide on your foray, while Graha chooses to work behind the scenes in a bid to improve your chances at victory. With your course thus decided, you see to your preparations ahead of whatever trials may await. Stepping through the gateway, you emerge in a domain of thunder and lightning, not unlike that described in Euphrosyne legend. Soon you come face to face with the Builder, and after a fierce struggle, succeed in bringing him to his knees. Yet your trials are far from over, for the deities bid you press on. And you do so, going on to encounter yet more divinities in the form of Ralga, Azema, and finally Notthal. Each provides you with a stern contest, but you succeed in prevailing over them all. The trials appear to be an end for now. You and Derek make your way back to the Omphalos. Back in the Omphalos, you are joined by Graha and Kryle. No sooner do you begin recounting your encounter with the 4 gods than the entities themselves manifest before you. Having given their assurance that they are not primals, the beings reveal that they need to do battle with you in order to fulfill their objective. And though they cannot reveal the details of their objective, they encourage you to seek out the truth. With that, they return to their sanctums, leaving you and your companions to mull over recent events. While much about the mighty beings remains shrouded in mystery, Kryle takes some comfort in the fact that they seem reasonable. In considering your next step, she's eager to hear your detailed account of them. Alright. That's about it. 'Tis well Kryle could make her way here quickly. She's not one of your colleagues, I take it. A divine dilemma. Kryle wishes to take stock of the situation. Greetings. I'm Kryle of the students of Baldesian. Do I have the pleasure of addressing Derek, the explorer who sought aid in investigating this place? Ooh, monkey. Hi, I am Derek. And this here is a baby Oppo Oppo. Yes, I can see that. Doesn't it have a name? None that I know of, nor would I presume to bestow one, but that would be condescending. I see. That's very considerate of you. So, I understand you explored the various phantom realms of Derek. Will you recount to me the experience? This is why I queued my recap from like 2 minutes earlier. So while the gods tested you sorely, you did not sense any malicious intent. As Fire God said, they wish to do battle with us, but it would seem they do not necessarily wish to cause us harm. For much and more about this perplexes, mayhap 'tis safe to assume that they are not primals. As you may recall, the Living Way once told us that the art of summoning, as taught by the Asians, incorporates the fervent desire to assimilate others into one's belief. Thus do the resultant primals seek to enthrall worshippers, who in turn seek to grow their ranks. But these beings appear to harbor no such desire. If they are primals, then they are unlike those that have been summoned in recent memory. We might suppose that they were created in antiquity, in like manner to Heidelin, but there is no way to prove it. Who could they possibly be, and why do they desire to battle with men? Even of your little Eorzea you know precious little, the true identities of the 12th, for instance. Emiselk did say that, didn't he? By which we may assume he knew the truth, and challenged you to seek it out too. Suffice it to say you will do so, of course. Insofar as we can ascertain, this is a matter which has implications for the entire star. In light of this, the students of Baldessian formally accepted the commission. We will investigate the Phantom Realm, and the beings who call themselves the 12th. I'm pleased to hear that. Thank you. Without further ado then, I will take a look around. There are a few things I'm curious about. Then, with your permission, I will take myself around Eorzea and investigate the worship of those gods we encountered. Sylvain, Derek, seeing as you've already seen this place, would you care to accompany me? Of course. By all means, in which case... Monkey. Could you stay here with Crow, my friend? It wouldn't do to leave a fair maiden alone. I shall be glad for the company. Take care then, and good luck. Position myself on a seat. Shall we ask Grahat here about his plan? No, before that, I'm going to talk to Kral. Raha has also shared his observations with me. Keeping your combined accounts in mind, I shall see what else I can learn here. Oh, that's kind of neat. Yeah. 12 are separated into their individual colors. 2 of lightning, wind, water, I think. Either water or ice, I do not know. And fire. Oh, I believe these 2 are earth and these 2 are fire. So, to explain my plan. 'Tis believed that the 12 were already worshipped during the third astral era, when the Allegan Empire flourished. Come the fifth astral era, those nations that formed the War of the Magi each took one of the 12 as a guardian deity. This practice has continued to the present day in Eorzea, with some notable regional differences. For instance, Ishgardian hold Halone as absolute, while Sharlians enjoy a moderate relationship with Thaliak. By visiting various locations in Eorzea and learning about the 12 as they are worshipped, I hope to identify any similarities or differences between them and the beings we encounter. In so doing, I believe we will draw closer to the truth of their identities. For our first destination, I propose we take ourselves to Volga's Reach, the place's holy ground for worshippers of the Destroyer, and promises to yield useful details. Alright. Let's do a cheeky teleport. Quite a stunning view, is it not? Especially that. There you are, Sylvain. This place served as the base of operations for investigation into Omega, did it not? How delightful to be here together. If you don't mind my making an observation, it seems you enjoy traveling with company. I do. It's something I had dreamed of for a long time. I enjoy company, but sometimes I prefer my own. This will absolutely devastate Graham, so I'm not going to say that. As funny as it would be. There's nothing like traveling with good friends. Is that so? What of yourself? Do you normally travel alone? Aye. In my wanderings, I much prefer to have solitude. Not that I avoid people or communities, mind you. As a matter of fact, I've been here before, on the trail of the Phantom Realm. Now that I think on it, more often than not, those places where Phantom Realm sightings are known to occur have a tradition of 12 worship. Then I dare to hope that we are on the right track. As I'm sure you know, Volga's Reach is home to the Temple of the Fist, the ancient headquarters of the Fist of Volga. Raised by the Mad King Theodoric, the temple lay abandoned before the Almegan resistance claimed it for its operations. While I doubt that much literature has survived over the years, but people here may possess some knowledge of the local faith. So let us split up and make inquiries, and reconvene here afterwards to share findings. Bloodstorm. You read the words inscribed on the monument. A storm of blood approaches fast, hell's open, heavens weep, for no one soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. Once upon a time, these explain to you the meaning, but we must prepare ourselves for the strife and sorrow that will inevitably come. Learn anything thus far? Oh, if it isn't Sylvain. Is this man perchance a friend of yours? And there he is. When last he visited, he shared with me the tales he heard on his journeys. And what amazing tales they were. If you have time, I'd love to hear both of your stories. Alas, we are in some haste. We're investigating the worship of Volgar, and seek literature on the subject. Religious texts, the like. Can any still be found here? Just about all of it is gone, sadly. Destroyed by the Empire, if not the Mad King before that. But we haven't lost everything. The mighty image of the Destroyer. The tales we share at the campfire. Like the legend of our nation's founding. We still have these things, and they were a source of great comfort and strength to us in our darkest moments. I see. If you don't mind, I would be obliged to hear your stories this time. Sylvain, rest assured I have this well in hand. Feel free to carry on as you were. Oh, I wanted to sit here and listen to it too. Well, that's neat. Only part of the cave got wet. You can see the shiny texture. Oh, nice. Yeah, there's actually a slight difference between the top and the bottom, I think. Wow, look at that. It's very subtle, but it's certainly there. See how the ends of the cave darken a little bit? That is some fidelity right there. Hey, Nago. You know, I actually quite enjoyed Stormblood. I mean, I certainly wouldn't say that it was my favorite expansion, but it certainly was pretty enjoyable, at least. Yes. If you have business, please make it quick. I'm due to meet with someone any moment now. Forgive my delay. Why, if it isn't the adventurer who kindly escorted me to the Temple of the Fist. Are you studying monks too, perchance? No, not particularly, but you're welcome all the same. If so, you ought to work together with me and my colleague here. Few things are finer than joining heads with like-minded folk. Researching the worship of the Destroyer, you say? Why didn't you mention it sooner? This is a copy of Destructivity, a scripture of the Fist of Vulgar. The original is one of the few texts that survive the temple's razing, and is in the safekeeping of one Professor Eric. I went to the trouble of having this made for my colleague, only for her to say she doesn't need it, so I will offer it to you instead. Lest you forget, this is your passion, not mine. I'm simply assisting you as a favor, and I thank you not to put us in danger. But danger is the crucible in which the monk tempers body and mind. So sublime, monks. Well, we had best return to our work. Till next time, adventurer. I'm glad I did that side quest. And the reason why I did that side quest was to help out a stranger on Party Finder gain a spell for Blue Mage. I don't even remember what the spell was, but you're welcome, whoever you are. Actually, I have you on my friends list, I think. Might be you. Mary Murgo, I believe. So my companions returned. Sylvain, what were you able to learn? A copy of one of the scriptures, you say? A moment while I skim over it. I see. This chapter appears to be a record of the construction of the great image of Rhalgr, written in a style that suggests folklore was committed to parchment. When the deluge of the sixth umbral calamity threatened Eorzea, the ancestors of the Alamegans were guided to safety by a comet. Believing that it was sent by Rhalgr, they came to hold him in the highest. This much of the tale I had been familiar with. But according to the scripture, among those refugees who followed the comet, some claim to have caught sight of Rolgar himself. The accounts were passed down through the centuries, and worshippers of the destroyer pieced them together to give shape to yonder statue. I must say, this bears more than a passing resemblance to the being we encountered. Were the Rolgar primal, the explanation for the similarities would be simple. That is, the statue gives rise to a unified interpretation of Rolgar's appearance, which in turn lends form to the primal. However, this fails to account for what inspired the likeness in the first place. If the scripture is to be believed, it was the sightings during the Sixth Umbral Calamity. And for those witnesses to be able to recognize Rolgar, they would have needed an agreed upon idea of his appearance beforehand. If we then consider the history of 12 worship, that it already existed in the Third Astral Era, it would not be ridiculous to think that these divinities existed even prior to that. So the question is, did these beings give rise to their respective faiths, or are they primals born of them? I thought we had made it clear. We are not summoned beings. Can you imagine the statue actually came to life like in that Disney Hercules movie? It's like statues use just sap and it turns and stares at you. Oh, hello. Well, are you... Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna appear before us in the godly forms. The hawk with Rolgar's voice. Since time immemorial, our domains have lain scattered across Eorzea. As a matter of fact, one of those in which you set foot is nearby. 'Tis not unusual for mortals to glimpse us. That voice, could they be? In Baragon. Get him. It's a little, I actually forgot what they call. Oh, Spriggans, yes. Fuzzy little things. Indeed, I am Baragon, and the hawk beside me is Rolgar. I shall elaborate upon my master's explanation. We first disguise ourselves when we wish to observe the world without. For being seen in our true forms would violate our laws of conduct. Yet though we similarly disguise our sanctums, veiling them in illusion, rents are known to manifest when the surrounding ether is unstable. In such time, should a gifted mortal chance to be near, they may inadvertently catch sight of us. Of course, during an umbral calamity, etheric imbalance occurs on a star-wide scale, the ideal condition for seeing the Phantom Realm. Precisely how many times we have been seen, we ourselves have no way of knowing. But aye, that is a sound assumption to make. Well, Baragon, I believe that much shall suffice by way of an apology for our deception. Shall we? Indeed, that is all we are at liberty to reveal. Fare you well, children of man. Well, Aside from their reticence, words. Aside from their reticence, where it concerns their identity and objective, these divinities are certainly approachable. If what they said was true, and their worship can be tracked back to their sightings, it will serve to explain one thing. According to my research, in the field of comparative mythology, Rolgar is often observed to bear many similarities with Ramu. Assuming both were inspired by the Rolgar of the Phantom Realm, their divergence may be attributable to the differences in culture between man and sylph. So I believe that they gave rise to the prevailing faiths of Eorzea. Given available evidence, yes, I am inclined to. Yet none of this explains their presence. How and when did beings of such power come into existence? Oh, 'tis you, Kral. Has something happened? Truly? Very well, I shall take care of it. Kral has recruited an acquaintance to aid in our investigation. An authority on mythology. I must go and receive her at the sunken Temple of Karn, where she is currently conducting fieldwork. After a brief detour to prepare a little something. Conveniently, Fenland is home to countless adherents to Nathal. While I attend to business, may I ask the two of you to make inquiries in Ul'dah? Very well. Excellent. I will join you as soon as I'm able. By your leave. And off he goes. So, it's to be just you and me in Ul'dah. I suppose it can't be helped. Well, you don't seem too pleased. The face of an explorer. Apprehension is writ plain upon Derek's face. What strange manners for the one who proposed the survey to so promptly abandon it. I will not lie. I'm not given to working one-on-one with another. But I suppose I agree to this arrangement. Well, we had best be on our way. As I recall, Milvaneth Aquarium is still closed for construction, so let us try our luck at Arzenev Ossuary. You have no objection to traveling separately, I trust? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah. Farewell. Right, back home we go. I say home, but it's more like spawn town, because my home is in the Imperium, which I should definitely show you around sometime, but probably not today. Go to a little housewarming would be nice. I suppose whenever for next time Yulia has another community gathering on Final Fantasy XIV, I'll invite everyone over. Yeah, wait. Haha, force of habit. To the Thaumaturge's Guild. actually not been here in at all, other than grabbing that one Etherate. Ethernet shard, perhaps. Arzenef ossuary is a sacred structure where mortals may seek the favor of Thal, arbiter of the afterlife. For in death, we must all abide by Thal's final evaluation of our existence. Those deemed to have led lives of richer virtues are rewarded with greater comfort for their eternal souls. I urge you to consider making a donation and enhancing your virtue, thus ensuring a golden paradise for your time in the realm beyond. Well, that's one way of asking for donations. Greetings, traveler. I'm Yahya priest of the Order of Nordthal. What brings you to these hallowed halls? Who is Nordthal? Nordthal, known as traders, is the arbiter of the afterlife and commerce. He is the single manifestation of the twins Null and Thal. Each oversees a separate but significant aspect of existence. Null oversees the financial fortunes of the living, whereas Thal weighs the worth of the departed. Our order is devoted to the worship of the traders. Here we share our wisdom with the faithful and teach them means to attain virtue in this life, so that they may find peace in the next. Well, thank you for that information. Ah, you're here. Of the deific twins, not Thal. Here they worship Thal, who keeps the realm of the dead, and weighs the worth of men's souls. In contrast, Null keeps the world of the living, and oversees their financial fortunes. Their names are borne by many location and religious organizations. Some extremely wealthy and powerful exist to nurture faith in them. On the surface, it may seem strange that a hub of commerce such as Ul'dah could be home to such spiritual people, but it is actually quite logical when one considers that their religion is, in essence, commerce. In any event, Althal is a truly unusual divinity. What was originally held to be one god came to be worshipped as twins. Indeed, rather than two distinct entities, that which we encountered was a single being possessed of two personalities. Did I mishear? Did you just say they encountered an Althal? And while his appearance differs somewhat to the divinities worshipped, it cannot be denied that there are striking similarities in their nature. No, I'll... Okay, quiet. Let's let him cook. Forgive me. This is hardly the place for such a conversation. Let us continue it elsewhere. Oop. I wonder if they have anything to say if I were to walk back in there. Oop. Would be funny if it did, though. It was careless of me to openly speak of our encounter with a divinity within a place where he is worshipped. Hereon I shall exercise greater caution. I thank you for alerting me to my indiscretion, and ask that you keep it between us. Now then. To finish our conversation, as I mentioned, though Nautval as worshipped by men appears somewhat different, there are undeniable similarities in their nature. I believe we may report this much to Grahatia. With that, our work here is done. Rather than waiting for our companion to arrive, perhaps we might seek him out at the sunken temple. He mentioned needing to make a detour. Were we to set out now, we ought to be able to catch up to him. After all, we hardly know one another. Rather than loiter with an unfamiliar person, it is better to use our time productively, wouldn't you agree? Then let us head to the sunken temple of Karn at once. Oh. Just phased right through me. Actually, I wonder how everyone's doing here. I've heard refugees talking late into the night. I heard them arguing, though about what I could not tell. The air is thick with tension, and I wonder if we should not petition the Hall of Flames for additional support. Well, I suppose there's nothing else for them to really argue about now, considering they have liberated El Amigo already. To think I'll be able to witness that sunset once more. Oh, it's a pleasant surprise. Come to look in on the refugees now that they are free to return to El Amigo. Yeah, I suppose everyone's gone home. Can't get much higher. So high. Actually, I wonder if I can see what the floor plan looks like from up here. Not particularly, but seems like they had like an outer region here. I'm not sure whether this was part of the temple or some generic buildings. Is this a waiting spot? Yes, it is. Ah. Are you alright? If you hear me, please say something. Oh, she's still breathing. Here, thank goodness. I found this woman collapse, though I can see no obvious injuries. By her attire, she appears to be some manner of scholar. Water. Food. In my bag. Please. I see. Sylvain, may I trouble you to finding her bag? May I trouble you to find her bag? I will stand lookout in the meantime. Very well. Should be around here somewhere. But come on, there's someone staying right there. And no one thought to help this poor woman. Ah. Large bag. Must be it. Examining the bag, you find the skin of with a little water left, but there appears to be no preventer. Now you decide to take the water to the woman. And it looks like your hour is coming up. So before I continue anything, I'm just gonna play this so that you don't get this, do not get cut off or interrupted by any actual content. Alright, see you in 30 seconds. Okay, I think that has been about 30 seconds. If I understand her correctly, her bag is somewhere nearby. Please find it. So thirsty. So hungry. Nigh empty water skin. Even an incurable optimist would feel compelled to say that this water skin is nearly empty. Yeah, I could just give you some of my food and just sit in my bag for God knows how long. And not enough. Food. I need food. I've not saved dried meat. Tough as leather. Do you have anything easier to consume? Sylvain. Derek. What are you doing here? Actually, that can wait. Steady snoring game. I brought you Archon loaf and coffee, made sweet and creamy, just as you like it. I am reborn, washed down with a sweet beverage. The life-giving nutrients of Archon loaf permeate my being from head to toe. Oh no. Thank you, kind stranger. However you knew my preferred source of sustenance, you are truly a godsend. Oh, it's you, Raha. What brings you here? I don't recall mentioning my fieldwork. It's for my research into the Baladians' worship of Azema, you see. Haven't you heard from Kral? The students are presently investigating the 12, and we will prevail upon your expertise. May I introduce Snow Game? Expert nephologist. She is a collaborator of the students, and, like many a Charlatan scholar, is passionate about endeavors to the point of forgetting to eat. Seeing as she has recovered, may I ask the two of you to tell her about the Phantom Realm? The 12 abide in the Phantom Realm, and you exchange not only words with them, blows besides. Incredible. Your description of the domains, a thunderous tower in one and a sweltering city in another, are precisely the heavens of lightning and fire. Precisely as the heavens of lightning and fire are depicted in legend. In ancient times, worshippers of the 12 believed that there exists 7 heavens and 7 hells. Euphrosyne has since established that departed souls return to the ethereal sea. But it seems those afterlife domains were more than just inventions of mortal imagination. As a pursuer of myths, I must say it feels somewhat anticlimactic to suddenly have these revelations given to me. But more than that, I'm dying to know more. Which is to say, please allow me to join your investigation. Ahem. We would, of course, welcome your presence. Without further ado, then, let us head to the Omphalos. Ral awaits us there. Alrighty. Back in Mordona. I really love how this place looks at night, especially on clear nights. Just look at that. Crystal Talos is downright beautiful. Good evening, my dwarven friend. I see you had a bit of an identity change, but I can recognize you anywhere. I'm doing fine, thank you. And how about you? Just a bit? That's great to hear, my friend. Thank you for the hydrate. Let me do just that. Well, as you can see, I am somewhere known as the Phantom Realm, investigating the mysteries, or the mystery of the identity of the 12 gods of Eorzea. I've met with 4 of them thus far. Oh, hey, experience just very well. I wonder if I can talk to it. No, I cannot. Alright then. Yeah, the Phantom Realm. Or perhaps the Realm of the Gods, as it were. Welcome back, everyone. And welcome, Snowigan. I'm glad you could join us. Kryle, how delightful to see you again. I understand you've been doing a fine job leading the students. But may I say, what a lovely place this is. At a glance, this appears to be the highest of the heavens of legend, the 7th heaven. And ooh, if those aren't symbols representing the other heavens, I take it those are their respective gateways. I should like to pay them all a visit. Snowigan's benefit, let us review what we have learned thus far, and thence deliberate the next step. The gods reappeared before us in Walger's Reach, though they were disguised as unassuming creatures. The laws forbid them from showing their true forms outside their realm. Yet in the event the ambient ether becomes unstable, such as during an umbral calamity, it is possible for the realm, and indeed the gods themselves, to be glimpsed by mortals. And such sightings, we believe, have given rise to the various faiths practiced throughout Eorzea. As we confirmed in Uldar, the Nalthal worshipped by people, and the Nalthal we encounter here have more similarities than they do differences. In the course of exploring the Euphrosyne, 2 things caught my attention. The first is the gate which lies in the innermost area. Let's see what I've got with this here. With this down here. And with this to the bottom? Nope. Okay, this looks good. If each of the other 6 gates leads to an elementally aspected heaven, and we stand in the 7th heaven, as Snogan says. What, then, lies beyond that last gate? The second is this monument. It harbors some manner of magic, unlike anything I've seen before. I will endeavor to decipher it, but it will take time. Divinities that have existed since time immemorial, who abide in domains resembling the heavens of legend. Why have they chosen to reveal themselves to mortals seeking battle? Unless they favor us with more of their secrets, to seem this monument holds the key to solving the mystery. Indeed, much and more yet lies beyond our understanding. We'll keep chasing the truth together. As I'm sure you'll agree though, this is tiring work, both mentally and physically. We need to pace ourselves. To which end, might I suggest we return to Revan's Toll and have a rest before we embark on the next stage of our investigation? Oh, that looks lovely. That is a lot of sugar. So rarely do I get to simply chat with colleagues. I had already forgotten what it felt like. Indeed. And it's quite fitting that we should be doing so. It's quite fitting that we should be doing so here at the Seventh Heaven. Fitting? That's an understatement, if I ever heard one. The seventh and highest of the heavens, which rules over the remaining six, was right here in Moldona all this time. This isn't fitting, my friends. It's destiny. You are obviously well versed in the myths surrounding the heavens and hells. If you don't mind, I would like to hear your thoughts on them. Invested as they are in their research, it doesn't take much to stoke their passions. My apologies if it makes you uncomfortable. Having always traveled alone, not I'm admittedly not too familiar with such a lively atmosphere, but I do not mislike it. By the way, the two of you arrived at the sunken temple of Karn rather quickly. Did something happen? Well, as pleasant as this has been, it's past time we returned to the annex. Paperwork for this commission isn't going to complete itself, alas. Then I shall take myself to the Omphalos. There's so much there that I'd like to see. And I believe I'll go for a walk nearby. It's getting a little warm in here. Alright. Do take care now. Sylvain. It's pleasant, isn't it? Smells and sounds of a tavern. It makes one feel alive. And afterwards, stepping outside alone and breathing cool air. I like that just as much. While we await developments, I shall remain here in Revenant's Toll. If there are any tidings, rest assured I will share them with you. Thank you for your help thus far. I doubt so much could have been accomplished without you. Return to the Phantom Realm. Derek betrays a gleam in his eyes at the sight of you. I think this was when the patch actually dropped for the next part. Oh, greetings, Sylvain. If you come to ask about developments in our Phantom Realm investigation, then your timing couldn't be better. A short while ago, I received word from Grahatia. He and Kral have completed their preparations in Charlian and are ready to resume fieldwork. Even as we speak, they make their way hither. Let's wait for them together, shall we? Can I... Oh, there you go. It's great lighting. Ooh, very nice. Screenshots galore. Ah, there we are. That is a lot of gear. What in the heavens are you carrying? This, my friends, is the latest technological marvel to come out of Charlian. I give you the etheric analyzer. Look at him. Holding it thus, you take a measure of the ambient ether. Whose waveform is then recorded by the ethereal transcriber at the back. This thus provides us with detailed data of the environment, which we can study at our leisure. As you know, the Phantom Realms are hidden by illusions. In order to ascertain their nature, I suggested to Kral that we record the data with proper equipment. Alas, said equipment is tremendously cumbersome. Ra has done well to bring it here in one piece, and as expensive as it doubtless is, I hope we can return it in the same condition. Return it? Yes, to the Forum. In approving our investigation, they granted us use of the device in addition to their financial backing. Despite the students' greatly reduced scale, the Forum has faith in our endeavors. Thus did the approval notice declare. I'm proud to say. We owe much of this goodwill to the Scions. Yourself, not least of all. That being said, we can't depend on the Forum indefinitely. No, we must stand on our own 2 feet again, and it begins with our efforts in this investigation. The 12 are meant to be Eorzea's guardian deities, yet they seek battle with mankind. What could it possibly be that motivates them? Entreating with them earnestly, I am hopeful that we will find the answer. Well, we shouldn't keep Snowgim waiting. Without further ado, let's join her in the Ontolus. For, ah, my eyes. Well, everyone is here in one piece. Welcome back. Well now, if that isn't the etheric analyzer, you've done well to get a hold of it. Indeed, we're duly grateful to the Forum for the loan. It's no small thing to be lugging about, but I've always wanted to try it. If you are ready, Raha, you may proceed with measuring the ether of the Phantom Realm. Sylvain, please assist him, will you? In the meantime, I have in mind to further examine the monument with Snowgim. How does that sound? Like a plan. As a matter of fact, I've already done a little bit of work on that front. As you previously determined, the monument harbors some manner of magic. And this magic, I've since found, takes the form of an epigraph. By consulting experts in the field of archaeology, I was able to make a discovery. That is heartening news. Oh yes, a most startling discovery. That is, the epigraph is largely incomplete, so we can't read it. Okay. So you didn't make a discovery. Ah, but see, establishing what one doesn't know is also an important step in research. For a blessing, the language used doesn't appear to be completely unknown. If we can but fill in the missing information, it should be possible to make sense of it. But where do we even begin looking for such information? Why, we ask the gods themselves, of course. By giving them the battles they desire, we're doing them a favor, are we not? That being the case, I dare say they would grace us with their presence if called. Please, come with me. Oh, the things I would ask them if they really did appear. Ask and you shall receive. Now, going by astrology, the heaven of Earth should be the next to open. And it just so happens I know the perfect incantation for this purpose. Oh, that's awfully convenient. Okay, at least we know the mantoys are supposed to be sesame. Like, the equivalent of sesame seeds is supposed to open sesame. Surely you can't be serious. It's a time-honored charm passed down in Gridania, whose patron is Nofka, one of the deities said to dwell in the heaven of Earth. Come everyone, say it with me. Oh, in for a penny, in for a pound. Open mantoy. I can't believe that worked. Ain't no way. What the hell? Oh my life. What delightful children you are. I too have desire to speak with you. By the 12th, it's her. It's really her. And she's got huge tracts of land. Oh, she looks precisely as depicted in legend. Amazing. So we to hide. It is an honor to meet you, Nafika. If I may, what is it that you wish to speak about? Let me see what it is. And press start. Oh. Oh, there you go. It's an honor to meet you, Nafika. If I may, what is it that you wish to speak about? You seek to decipher the monument, do you not? If you face more of us in battle, I myself included, we shall grant you the key to unlocking that mystery. We would of course be obliged for such a gift, but are you certain? The gods before were not exactly forthcoming with your secrets. Closely have we watched you from our respective sanctums, watched as you faced us and pursued the truth with pure hearts and minds. In light of what we have seen, we have concluded thus. Even should you uncover the monument's purpose, you would still be willing to lend us your aid. Help us fulfill our heart's desire, and so too shall we grant you ours. Grant you yours. I look forward to receiving you in my sanctum, dear children. Man, you have no idea the amount of buckets I'm sweating right now. I wasn't expecting a god to actually appear. It was by coincidence, surely. However, students 10 to 12 appear to have paid off. It worked. The charm reached the matron. If it can be repeated, I shall have to mention it in my thesis. The original plan was to revisit the heavens of lightning and fire. But I believe all would agree that we should prioritize Nothica's invitation. Well, Snowgim, your charm did a trick. The way to another heaven lies open, and beyond it the truth of the monument. I can scarcely wait to pore over the etheric data. Raha, Sylvain, I leave it in your capable hands. As for you, Derek, may we rely on your assistance once more. Now that we know what awaits, I do not feel my presence is necessary. On the contrary, I would only be a burden. As you wish, of course. We can still count on you to pray for our friends, though, I trust. I'm glad that I can join you this time, Sylvain. Encumbered as I am with the analyzer, I fear I won't be able to assist in battle. But I shall do my part and secure the data we need. Alright, with that in mind, I am going to be right back. I'm gonna play an ad real quick so that hopefully it does not play an ad while I'm in the middle of the raid. Alright, well, I'll see you in a bit. First, let me put up the sideboard. Be right back. Okay. I will return shortly. Alright, I have returned. And let me see what if everything is running as it should. Okay, cool. Just gotta make sure to take this text away. Oh, look at Kyle. Okay, well, it's time for us to queue for Euphrosyne. Euphrosyne? In actually fighting the gods, yours is the hardest task of all. The rest of us are truly grateful to you, and we shall do our utmost to support your efforts. Knowing you, you should have no trouble finding your way without me. I will cheer you on from here. Curious about my attire, are you? I borrowed it alongside the analyzer. It's the choice of gleaners, cleverly disguised to help bear great loads. And hefty as the analyzer is, by now I'm quite used to the feel of it. First to say, I won't unduly slow you down. Come, let us set forth. Thanks to the etheric analyzer, even those who can't accompany you will have access to valuable data. Compliments to the forum for the loan. Alright, well, before we actually queue, I'm just gonna hit 60-second ad real quick, and then we'll queue, so that you get uninterrupted action. Alright, I'll see you in a minute. I think that's been a minute. Alright. Let's get it. I should reach the portal. By Euphrosyne. And now we played a waiting game which is 16 minutes long. Wow. Even for a tank, that's kind of absurd. Mayhaps I should do Party Finder instead. Scene, Euphrosyne. Actually, it's a raid, so... Yeah, no. Actually, don't even need to do that. It's like 2 more DPSs. That's all I need. That's alright. Oh, would you look at that? Didn't even need to use Party Finder. Wow. Golden fields as far as the eye can see.
At last the time has come. Prove to me life's resolve. No true abundance. Feel you the heartbeat of the land. Nourish the soil.
Right, that is a tank
Reach
cluster.
the
What?
harvest. Let life flower and flourish.
Nope. That's not great.
Mine is the breath of the earth.
What on earth is she casting? I do not know. So follow the crowd.
rejoices for our union.
Oh, I'm just eating all of this.
Bow down like the willow. Beyond adversity lies strength. Good children, be strong for what awaits.
By my authority, let the land be remade.
You one of these foods. Yeah. Right, next you guys see another party. And shield him. Very evil. Euphrosyne us with green. Oh.
Forgive me, but I couldn't stay away.
It seems my sister shall be joining us.
'Tis only fitting that we face you together. I will spin your face. Have you the strength to defy fate?
The sands of time are mine to command.
How sure was he hitting me with?
I shall measure your work. Surrender to my power.
Drown in waters divine.
Oh. Yeah, kind of figured that should have happened.
Pray to the stars on high.
Mean.
awaited this moment.
This too is fate.
Upon the most exalted of battlefields you shall stand.
Baloney, I'm a bit.
Summon your courage and press on.
I really like this like alternate version of dedicated to the moonlight.
I, the Fury, shall test your strength of spirit. All-piercing spear, drink deep of raging blizzards. For glory, you must be prepared to render your all. You must do better than that against me. There is no retreat, only victory or defeat. Victory must be seized with one's own hands. In ice unyielding, now rest. Mine is the easiest.
Jesus, that was a big hit.
Ah, would that our clash could continue forever. There is no retreat, only victory or defeat. Yes! Lose yourself in the joy of battle! All-piercing spear drink deep of raging blizzards. For glory, you must be prepared to render your all. You must do better than that against me. no retreat, only victory or defeat. Yes! Lose yourself in the joy of battle! Well fought, mortals. Your next test awaits.
Ooh. That was pretty intense.
Come bathe in the moon's tender glow.
This really has such good music.
Lest you worry, 'tis naught I cannot handle. Is it too much for mortals, I wonder? Prepare yourselves. Oh, King of Ice, have mercy upon them! me to act. Let's delight in the simple things. Go on, play! You're always in my heart, my love.
Hey, thanks for the raid, Icy. How are you doing?
Pray accept this, my darling.
Alright, but you good? Alright, that's great to hear. Yeah, I haven't streamed in like quite a long time. Oh shit. I'm gonna get blasted there. Yeah, it's been a while actually. Hey, we did it. How's life now? It's alright, I guess. Got a new job.
Our dreams may yet become reality. Thank you.
Yeah, I got a new job and kind of just like adjusting to it, I suppose. It's been almost like maybe 1.5 months, maybe. Going alright, I think. Yeah, the that other company no longer exists, or in the process of not being a thing anymore. Yeah, I think you really got lucky. Like you got pretty lucky. A lot of us are owed quite a lot of money. What the hell did I pick up? Euphrosyne. Something was added to my inventory. What was it? Oh, fantastic. It's not even a class that I play. If only I knew. Something that you can go up to 2 years is not there. Well, yeah, well, yeah, not specifically that one, but 2 years is a long time, honestly. It's plenty of time, and it might be enough for you to find a job or get a job by the time you get out. So, be optimistic. You never know. Let's see. You're both safe, thank goodness. You have the data then. Wonderful, wonderful. I don't suppose I could do the honors and replace the transcriber cartridge. I've always wanted to take a closer look. Take care removing it now. We don't want anything to happen to the data. Carefully does it. Come to me, O knowledge divine. Come to me. What is that? Oh. It's alright. The cartridge is safe. Ah yes, nothing like having a magical a moon goddess just hang over you. Like directly above you. Well, let's finish the task before there are any more surprises. You have our gratitude for bringing us closer to achieving our dream. Oh, Alfik, must you always be so formal? Although he has trouble expressing it, I assure you, my brother is absolutely giddy with joy. Why are you here, Navika? You not sufficiently amuse yourself with the mortals. Not nearly. I would talk to them some more. Nofika promised you the key to deciphering the monument, did she not? Yes, that's correct. Then you would do well to hold it in your minds, that which harbors information. Come now, brother. You need to speak plainer than that. To clarify, we shall create the objects you need, but your assistance is required to give them form. Oh, she has red eyes. Very cool. Worry not. Appearance has no effect on function. Just try and imagine that which, in your minds, is used to hold information. Of course, it's a tombstone. There. These instruments shall be useful in your quest. Across Eorzea lies eternal stones that hold the information required to complete the words of the monument. By holding an instrument out to a stone, it will take the information unto itself. We scattered these stones across the realms that mortals would not uncover our secrets. Of late, however, to seem you have found alternate uses for them as objects of worship. Could they be the marks of the 12? They are, aren't they? Oh, to think that they harbor information on the gods. It seems we have our next destinations. Aside from the 3 city-states, I believe the marks are located in Corvus and Mordona. I propose we split up, the quicker to finish the task. I wish to come too. No, Manfina. To not do to burden these children so. After all this time, we finally have the chance to speak with mortals, to learn about them from up close. I would not like to have another. I must say, I share Manfina's view. Even you, Haloni. I'd like to learn about you too, and I believe I speak for all of us. By all means, let us travel together. Music to my ears. We shall watch over you, and see that you safely reach your destinations. Without further ado, then. Not so fast. Azema chose a meerkat, of course. Actually, no. Doesn't make any sense. Why? Did you think you could go frolicking without us? The others have our domain well in hand. So we are coming too. Well now, far be it from us to stop you. Let us assume our disguises too, and then each choose a mortal to accompany. Please, let it be something inconspicuous. I believe that does it. I believe my destination is Fenland. Then is Lanosia for Aha. Twellswood for Kryl. And last but not least, Mordona and Corvus for Derek and Sylvain. Will you be alright, Kryl? I shall be fine. You needn't worry. I don't even know who's who. Okay, so we get Menfina and Halone. Never before have I traveled with mortals. Such fun this will be. Others will remain to keep watch over our domain. You needn't worry on our account. We abided by the gods' selections, but why do you suppose the two of us were grouped together? Not a clue, Derek. Why, because you make the most intriguing pair. The gods-felling hero and the world-faring explorer. I shall relish the chance to learn about both of you. Now then, the others have already set forth, so let us do the same. Aside from my own mark, I believe we'll find those of Thaliak and Halone in Mordona and Corvus. Monkey. Oh my, what an adorable creature. Delighted to meet you, little one. It seems to want to join us too. What an unusual company this has become. The gods truly know no inhibition. No inhibition. There we go. Forgive me, Sylvain. I couldn't have anticipated this turn of events. Oh, no stranger to strange things. Of all the self-indulgent things. Menfina is winsome, is she not? We all think of her as our youngest sister. In heavenly company, Menfina is fairly bouncing up and down in her eagerness to set forth. Well, what are we waiting for? Let us seek out the marks at once. Yes, no need to be so hasty. Shall we then, Sylvain? The nearest mark is Thaliak's, just outside in Mordona. If memory serves, it overlooks the lake at a place called Rathfrost? I suppose it's Rathfrost. Not fair. Down here, I suppose. And before we continue, it's been 55 minutes since the last ad, so I'm just gonna run it by real quick before we continue. Fantastic. This is indeed the place. Do you like traveling, Sylvain? I adore it, and not simply for its own sake. It's an important way to perform one of our foremost duties, you see, peering into the hearts of mortals. That is a very shiny rock. Now then, we're to hold out an instrument to the stone. Would you care to do the honors here, Sylvain? The instrument vibrates rapidly. "'Tis done. The information held in the stone has been etched." Just like that. As Ulfec said, these stones are eternal. No matter their shape or location, their nature is unchanging. Together with the monument in the Onvalos, they have remained the same since time immemorial. 'Twas the love that men bear for us, and we for the star, that compelled us to create the monuments and the stones. And though men do not know the truth of the stones, they offer them prayer. This act is a manifestation of your bond with us, while the stones are a manifestation of our bond with the star. And so, by praying to the stones, you effectively cultivate a bond between yourselves and us and the star. Delightful, is it not? Though we appreciate your eagerness to talk, perhaps we should save some conversation for the destinations to come. If we linger too long in any one place, we are liable to be late to reconvene with the others. Then let us make for the central highlands of Corvus. Within the Fury's gaze, my own mark awaits. Corpus Central Highlands. So to Camp Dragonhead we go. Quite a distance to fly. It is over here, just around in the cave. Okay. There we are. There's nothing like taking it to the road with agreeable company. Do you not agree? In this land where mankind's faith in me is strong, I cannot help but feel uplifted. Where it is, the mark of the Fury. It wouldn't do to burden you constantly. I shall extract the information this time. Looking back, Alone, you've grown noticeably more imposing this past millennium. There are also more statues in the Heaven of Ice. Oh, but an idea occurs to me. Sylvain, this time I want you to share what you know about the worship of Alone. I dare say it will be interesting to hear what mankind thinks of her from your perspective. You often hear Alone's name invoked in battle. The church is returning to its roots and moves to separate itself from the state. British Guardian Orthodox Church is the heart of faith in the Fury. Ah yes, ever did I feel the people's fervent desire to be strong, that they might protect that which they hold dear. Well, how very fascinating. 'Tis a fine thing indeed to hear directly from mortals. Still, as much as Helone loves her children, it troubled her to see them at war with the dragons, to see those who share this star spill each other's blood. As you well know, Menvina, it isn't our place to judge the faith of mortals. Even when we lend them our aid, we must refrain from intervening in their affairs. Lest there be any doubt, mankind's faith in us is mankind's alone. By your prayers, our forms are become that which they need be. Apologies for the wait. acquired the information, have you? Excellent. Let us proceed to the next mark. Mine. As I recall, it lies near the steep vigil, by the cliff west of the entrance. Follow me. Yeah. Surely nothing can go wrong with a rabbit just, running off into the snow. It's somewhere here, I think. Oh, there it is. Well now, aren't we quick? My mark lies just ahead. Let's wait for the others and then continue together. Oh look, someone's praying. How delightful to see one of my faithful children. O benevolent goddess, grant me deliverance, I beseech you. Save my soul. You. You're the one who was hunting down the lamps of Dalamud. I knew it. Knew you wouldn't stop till you dealt with every last one of us. And now you've come for me. Ah, to think that this is her will. The lamps of Dalamud. They are the cult that appeared prior to the seventh umbral calamity, are they not? In the name of their faith, they abducted and sacrificed innocent souls, and did not fear death. I've committed no crimes, I swear it. Menfina is my witness. In the beginning, we simply prayed to the twin moons for Dalamud to one day shepherd our souls to the bosom of his mistress. But it all changed when Dalamud began turning red. More and more of us began believing that he was our savior, but we must prove our loyalty with our lives. Else we would suffer eternal damnation. So that's how your group took to its fanatical ways, and came to be branded a dangerous cult. And at some point I assumed you were tasked with hunting them down. I used to be a merchant in Ul'dah, but timid as I am, I struggled to survive in the cutthroat world. That's why I turned to Menfina. I wanted to bask in her gentle acceptance, and gain courage from her strong and faithful hound. They were my solace, the only way I could be at peace with myself. But they took it away from me. My fellows who committed those horrible deeds, and those who reviled me as one of them, they took it away. You're strong, aren't you? Grant me deliverance, I beg you. Judge me and show me the way. I just can't bear it anymore. What good is a god I can't see, who won't grant me the thimble of succor, no matter how much I pray? You mustn't seek in men what you seek in gods. Strong as he is but a mortal, like you. He is made flesh and blood, and possessed of his own will. Nothing more, nothing less. It avails you not to raise others up while belittling yourself. You are your own person, with a path of your own to walk. Even should you be taken by despair, that you are here now makes you no different from this man. So believe me when I say, all will be well. Keep your faith in Menvina. Believe in her love and grace, and you will surely learn to love others as well as yourself. Please forgive me for my unseemly outburst. I had been feeling lost, and all my anguish came spilling out. It was Menvina herself who brought you here, I am certain of it, to encourage and guide me. Taking your words to heart, I'll try searching for a new path. Should you feel lost again, take to the road, see what is out there. Learn how others live and think, and you are bound to find your own way. Blessings upon you on the road ahead, dear child. Did she say something? Couldn't be me. That is genuinely heartwarming. That child will be fine. I am certain of it. Your faith in us can harm as well as heal, but never forget that faith belongs to mankind, and mankind alone. Unsolicited though it was, I don't regret saying those words to him. He needed to hear them. But come, Sylvain. This time it's your turn to extract the information. Forgive me, Sylvain. I fear I've caused you trouble. Not at all. I'm relieved to know that. You truly are strong. In body and spirit both. Far be it from me to ask this of you, but please do not hold it against that child. We do not wish for our existence to bring grief to our children. Yet no matter which faith, we are who we are because of those who believe in us. My hound is no exception. He was born when men came to worship the object their ancestors cast onto the heavens. We are not all-powerful. We can grant all of mankind's wishes. Nonetheless, we always hear you. No hope is too small, no prayer too faint. I don't know whether you caught that, but that was like a comet streaking by earlier. I just wanted to make that clear, lest you forget we love mankind dearly. But since we're here, there's something that we must do. May be gone, but you will forever be remembered. Among us 12, Menfina is the most approachable to mortal kind. 'Tis one of her positive traits. Suffice it to say, we love you too, Sylvain. Divine non-intervention. Something appears to weigh upon Derek's mind. Actually, let me take a look at how many quests are there after this. Because if there is quite a lot of them, then I may have to stream. Actually, no, it's only 2 more. We'll be fine. With this, we have completed our task and may return to the Omphalos. Yet I cannot help but think about Kryl. Rahatia seems to be worried about her. Did he not? Plus, as if something weighed on her mind. Though she is in the company of deities, I find myself worrying too. You could ask her directly. Yes, I suppose so. If there are no objections, let us seek out Kryl. She has headed to the Twelveswood with Nafika and Baragon, yes? They are presently too far away for us to sense, but we should be able to locate them once in the forest. I see. In that case, let us make for Gridania. As I understand it, mortals hold that Norfolka and I are at odds. Like other details about us, you are free to believe what you wish. All his preferences in solitude, Derek certainly seems concerned for the welfare of others. How very intriguing. So here we are in Gridania. Keen sense Norfolka and Beauregard. I do. But something strange. Indeed, we appear to be in different places. Norfolka is the nearer of the two, and is quite close by. I shall go and find her. Wait, you mustn't go off on your own. Confound it all. After her, Sylvain. Oh, off to Old Gridania. Okay. Didn't run off too far. But Norfolka and Helone are very good to me. Tis our way to look out for one another. Oh, have you already finished visiting your stones? I'd thank you not to do that again. There she is. Well now, I wasn't expecting to see you all here. Is all the matter? You're supposed to be with Kral and Beauregard. Where are they? Oh, we became separated while I was distracted, listening to the elementals. Oh no. The beings are the voice of those who call the wood home. As I'm the patron of this land, they could not help but report to me. You gods can sense each other. Even should you become separated, shouldn't it be a simple matter to find them again? Indeed, to seem you're keeping something from us, Norfolka. Well now, what could it be? Oh, Helone, there's simply no fooling you. Very well, I shall confess all. The child Kral wanted to visit our stones alone, you see, to complete her task without us watching over her. We merely respected that wish. With her abilities, I do not believe she is in any danger, but for a warrior that he is, Beauregard decided to follow after her discreetly. If this is her wish, then indeed we must abide by it. As for Beauregard, ah yes, I sense him in the place men call the South Shroud. One of the stones is situated there. I believe near Camp Tranquil. Let's search that area for Beauregard. If we find him, we should find Kral as well. Oh, wait, no. Not here. Down below, perhaps? You search for Broken Barrel, but find no god disguised as an adorable critter. Okay. Suspicious brigand. Oh well, I wonder who could it be. What brings you all here? We understand you've been following Kryle. Where is she? Having acquired information from my stone, she now makes for Alfix. I keep my distance to avoid being seen, and was about to continue on when you appeared. Alfix's stone is her last destination, is it not? Let's all go and meet her there. If everyone so wishes, then very well. To hasten our passage, I shall call upon Master Rolgus' servants to bear the burdens. It just so happens it's storming, isn't it? Oh, there's a lantern. It seems we have a use of these hearts. Let's see if we can spot Kryle from above. I will bring our companions, so you needn't worry about them. You ready, Sylvain? Oh yay, mounted sequence. Go, my feathered friend. Fly like the wind. I must thank you, Sylvain. Talking to you helped me find the resolve to seek out Kryle. No signs of her here. Let's continue on to Alfred's stone. There she is already. She certainly wasted no time. Yep, can see the little figure down there. Well now, did you come all this way to check on me? I've been on edge, worrying that I might stumble into Odin, so it gave me quite a bit of a fright. Nafigard tells us you wish to travel alone. What prompted you to send the gods away? It's difficult to explain. I suppose I wanted to seek the answers in my own way. As the gods told us, if we wish to know the truth, we must discover it for ourselves. In spite of this, they've seen fit not only to set us upon the right path, but accompany us besides. This bespeaks the faith they have in man's spirit of inquiry, and it gives me heart. After all, 'tis the self-same spirit that defines the students of Baldassine. Like everyone, I want to uncover the truth of the 12, to know their aspirations and understand them. And having seen a dear friend embark on countless adventures, I've developed the desire to see and experience the world for myself. There are dangers out there, of course, but I wanted to prove that I could handle them and perform my task. I see. Indeed, as much as we can learn from others, there's no substitute for seeing with one's own eyes. And in yours, I see the gleam of yearning for exploration and discovery. It reveals to me the love you bear for our star, and it makes me glad. But what's all this all of a sudden? It's embarrassing when you say such things with a straight face. Right then, I've yet to acquire the information here, so I'll tend to it at once. Perhaps you'd like to wait for me at Quarrymill. Nothica and Barga are also kind, are they not? In this land, those voices raised in praise for Nothica are especially strong. Let's wait for Krau here. Nothica and Barga are with her, so she will be fine. First the man at Venus Mark, and now Krau. In the course of traveling with you and yours, seems I inevitably end up encroaching upon others' lives. Aye, yours as well. Though nothing binds you to me, you followed me ever since I tended your wounds. You are free to go anywhere, you know. A person's life belongs to that person alone. Others can't be expected to assume responsibility for it, and thus it is wrong to interfere. Alas, once I've glimpsed someone's heart, I find I can't avert my gaze. It truly is difficult to be amidst people. Secret of the 12. Derek casts a languid gaze to and fro. It doesn't take too long to extract the information. Carl should be here any moment now. Apologies for the wait. With that, I've obtained information from all my stones. You've taken care of yours already, yes? Thank you for worrying about me. Well, it's good to know that I can handle myself. I'm heartened to be doing this with you all. I owe you thanks as well, Beauregard and Nothica, for accepting my request with good grace. Think not of it. You did well to see your task through, little one. Indeed. Come. Let us all return to the Omphalos. Took a time, Sylvain. Did something happen? Ah, so you rendezvous with Kral. How was that experience with the gods, if I may ask? Beyond pleasant. Not only did you help a disillusioned man find his way, you looked in on Kral besides. Thank you, Sylvain. And you as well, Derek. I fear I was overstepped my bounds, but what's done is done. We shall return to our sanctums. You have our gratitude for the delightful time. By holding your instruments out to the monument, you will be able to augment the missing information. Be well, dear children. Shall we then? Amazing. What was impossible to decipher is now crystal clear. Without further ado, I shall read out the epigraph. As beings who endured by the will of the star, we are susceptible to the influence of hopes and prayers. Thus do we commit our yokes herein, lest we stray from our purpose. He who is named Baragon shall preside over construction, his duty to fortify the works of men, and encourage them to build. He who is named Rolgar shall preside over destruction, his duty to galvanize the star's beating heart, and facilitate mankind's regeneration. She who is named Azima shall preside over the sun, her duty to nurture its life-giving light and illuminate the truth for all to see. He who is named Nalthal shall preside over the subterrane, his duty to make gleam the riches hidden in the darkest depths and in men themselves. She who is named Nofika shall preside over fertility, her duty to fill the land with life and prepare a path of peace and plenty. He who is named Ulfic shall preside over space and time, his duty to endow the star with material vigor where mankind's march may never cease. She who is named Helone shall preside over the glaciers, her duty to hold the melting ice at bay and imbue men with consistency and tranquility. She who is named Nymphina shall preside over the moon, her duty to perpetuate the turning of night and day and foster love in the hearts of all. He who is named Valiak shall preside over the rivers, his duty to quench the thirst of men and water their minds with wisdom. She who is named Nemea shall preside over the stars, her duty to preserve the celestial fabric of the seasons and weave the threads of men's lives. She who is named Limlane shall preside over the seas. Her duty to administer the tides and inspire men to come together as one and seek new horizons. He who is named Ashan shall preside over the mountains. His duty to sustain the breath of the firmament and in wandering share men's solitude. He who is unnamed shall watch unflinching. His duty to stand guard over his charge, always and unto the end. There the epigraph concludes. We've been given quite a lot to ponder. Curiouser and curiouser. Writings about gods, written by the gods themselves. This is utterly unprecedented. Our yokes, lest we stray. Hopes and prayers influence their nature. Have you any thoughts on the contents of the epigraph, Sylvain? The praise of her faithful made Helone more imposing, and the worship of Delama brought forth the Venus hound. You mean to say that prayers have changed the 12 into their present forms? That is rather hard to believe. Given what we know now of Dynamis, I believe it is entirely possible. In the presence of that energy, hopes and prayers have more tangible results than one might expect. Its power may be curbed upon our star, but over thousands of years of worship, they could have influenced the gods in various ways. Ways such as that which Sylvain had just described, for one. Others that come to mind are Helone's shield and spear, which reflect her status as a goddess of war, and the Maya's spinning wheel, which is an apt apparatus for a goddess of fate. Thus did they create this monument, this yoke, that they might never lose sight of their duty, no matter how much they change. I'm inclined to agree with Raha. The gods wrote that they endure by the will of the star. Who that refers to, we all know too well. We all know too well. Hydaelyn. By sundering reality, she must have known that she would shake the very foundation of existence. Anticipating the potential chaos, I suspect she charged her collaborators with maintaining stability. If this is true, then might not the 13th unnamed being... If this is true, then might not the 13th unnamed being be the Watcher on the moon? The pieces certainly fall into place. I wonder if he will be willing to share what he knows. As it stands, we've yet to encounter 3 gods. As there is no telling what may happen once we've fought them all. I believe we should try to uncover as much of the truth as we can, better to know how to proceed. To that end, ere we seek out the Watcher, Ra and I shall return to Charlene to compile our findings. The data from the analyzer, not least of all. To think that the investigation might lead us to the moon, I eagerly look forward to the next stage of our fieldwork. Sylvain, like as not, yet more grueling encounters with the gods await. You should rest up and gather your strength. Not long now ere we arrive at the truth. For the longest time I've journeyed alone, not involving myself in the affairs of others. But I've enjoyed our time together. You've undertaken the investigation with all earnestness, and it has been a pleasure to be part of it. When I imagine the moment we must part ways, I can't help but be saddened, and it surprises me that I feel that way. Forgive me. I didn't mean to wax sentimental. If you'll excuse me, I shall head outside for some fresh air. There he goes again. Sylvain, do you suppose you could follow after him? I can't quite say why, but I feel as though he'll suddenly vanish one day, never to return. I suspect you might be right. You know, I can't help but wonder why Derek came to us for help. As an explorer, didn't he want to keep the glory of discovery for himself? I, for one, would have gone over the Phantom Realm with a fine-toothed comb alone before thinking to tell a single soul. Oh, tis Euphrosyne. What is it? The Snow Game's worried that I'll suddenly vanish, you see. Well, as the saying goes, all things must come to an end, whether we will it or no. When our work is finished, we must go our separate ways. Doing so will sadden me, as you know. Yet that sadness is part of the joy I have derived from our companionship. So I will accept it when the time comes, and strive with you to the least, to the last. As you know, my friend, I would rather you live your own life, but having helped you, I won't send you away against your will. Well, you are a busy man, so I won't keep you. As before, rest assured I will share with you any tidings I receive from Cryle. Take care, my friend, and see you again in due course. This is actually quite a touching storyline. Oh, come now. You really needn't worry about me. I meant it when I said that I would strive you to the last. So go on. Tend to your own duties, and let us meet again when the investigation continues. Alright. Well, that is it for Myths of the Realm for now, until 6.4 I believe. Or perhaps later. Who knows? Genghis Khan is Bunny Boy. Alright, well, that has been quite a stream, nearly 4 hours long. It's actually no, it's slightly longer than my usual stream times, but it's still within the ballpark. Well, if you're still around, I thank you all for stopping by. And if not, and if you're just watching the VOD, then thank you for accompanying me on this journey. And I hope I have been a pleasant company to you as well. Until we next meet, my friends. Farewell.